What is up guys, Wraec here with a new video, and today we are going to talk about Shakir. First wanted to make a video about Indris, which we are definitely going to do, but then I got asked like 3-4 times I think about Shakir and whether he got fixed on the Pioneer server. So we are first going to check out how he currently works on the global server, and then we're going to switch over to Pioneer and we're going to take a look at what AFK Journey has done to fix this guy. By the way, we got Matsuto before, we have to show this guy still. And there is my Shakir, and the first thing you may notice is, well, it is a Dream Realm hero, it is a hero I commonly use there, and nonetheless, this guy is plus 10 on my account. So why would this hero not be plus 15, plus 20 or plus 25? Why have I kept him at this low level? Well, the reason we can find if we check out, well, the skill description and some of the infographics. Let's check out the infographic. So this over here is the Crazed Shellbrute infographic from Yaphala, which you can check out down below. It's a very nice Discord server, best community Discord server for AFK Journey. And they make those wonderful graphics for every single Dream Realm boss. So if you ever need a lineup, you just go to the channel, go to the respective boss, you get those wonderful graphics and you have the best lineup for the day. Very easy to do. And one thing I wanted to show you guys is basically over here. So what we see right there is we have a lineup, Frosty Exilva, which uses Shakir, and below we see plus 15 Shakir with this artifact, 96 billion by Jake, and then we have plus 10 Shakir, different artifact, 91 billion by Irid. So there is a massive difference between plus 15 and plus 10, and the thing that often happens is that lineups either only work for plus 15 or for plus 10 or produce vastly different results and may require even artifact changes to properly work and to even do damage to some extent. In this situation, plus 15 is a lot better, but I have seen situations where plus 10 was necessary and you kind of needed that. And the problem with that is, of course, well, we can't really switch between those. And the reason this works like this we find in-game. When we check out Shakir and check out the skills, it says Shakir can cast his ultimate once his energy exceeds 800. Shakir stays in wolf form and consumes no energy within 5 seconds each time after casting the ultimate. And once we have him at plus 15, we can see Shakir can cast ultimate upon reaching over 700 energy. So that basically means that once you upgrade to plus 15, Shakir will cast his ultimate earlier. And this can lead to various different things that you don't really want. It can lead to problems where his positioning changes during a fight and puts him like on a side where you wouldn't really want him, where he doesn't buff your damage dealer or something. This can lead to weird casting, weird timing where people just don't get the buffs. And Shakir is really important for many teams. The reason for that is that he provides a very big attack buff that you really want to use. His positioning plays a major role because once we get to that point where he does cast his ult, and we can see that here, we get this circle on the ground, that is his Lupine aura. Once you have plus 10, that provides this big attack boost and basically makes him a great supporter, which is always why the people say, okay, you need at least plus 10 to make Shakir usable. And here you see most of our heroes are within this circle, so this works very, very well and we have a great position. With plus 15, this might have been entirely different. We even got a little bit of a stun here, which changed the timing and apparently gave us better damage because this was a surprisingly good fight. And usually, once Shakir is in his ult against most bosses, he will stay that way. Because you can see like his energy, there isn't really much change there at all. So doesn't really require a lot of upkeep in that regard. Against some bosses it can happen that he falls out of it, but you can see he is at a great position right here and provides his energy throughout the entire fight. So with that plus 15, there was a lot of confusion around what you should do. Do you recommend the beginner now to go for plus 10? Do you recommend him to go for plus 15, potentially getting some higher stats, but getting this ult timing, and probably, if plus 10 ever becomes meta at an important point, not being able to really switch back. I mean, we have the ticket system now, you can reset the X equipment, which wasn't the case before for a long time. Now we have those X equipment resets to plus 15 and the way more expensive and way rarer ones, X equipment reset to 0, which you can really only obtain at the end of a season and through the Emporium in the season store for pretty big amount. Oh no, wait, just the plus 15. Then it was the spirits also not. Okay, I'm confused. I thought they were in here. Yeah, okay, then they are super rare, is a little bit of a problem, and makes it not very easy to actually work around that. So now we saw the first time that they really addressed this in the patch notes for the upcoming season. So let's take a look at those. Alright, those are the patch notes. That is Lootbar, the sponsor for this video, your cheapest source for dragon crystals. So if you need some cheap dragon crystals in preparation for the new season, definitely check them out through the link in the description. 10% discount coupon is what you will get when you register through that link, plus a 3% discount coupon on top. The 10% discount coupon you only get for the next 9 days, so make sure you register quickly. Afterwards, this will go back to just being an 8% discount coupon. And they have 2 ways to top up: direct top up, lock-in top up. Lock-in top up is a bit cheaper and offers a few more packs that you can't get through direct top up. The disadvantage is direct top up is faster, lock-in top up a little bit slower. I used both work fantastically. Recommend you check them out. So let's check out the patch notes now. I found those in the Chippy AFK channel on the Apala Discord. Definitely always a nice source of information. Shakir, Furious Howl. In certain battles, some boss fights in the Dream Realm, upgrading Shakir's exclusive skill from level 3 to 4, so respectively from +10 to +15, could cause his ultimate's new mechanic to affect his positioning and skill casting order. Because, well, we went from 800 energy required to 700 energy required, making it faster, bringing unwanted impact to the battle outcome. To resolve this, we have adjusted how this exclusive skill All Conquering works. A new level 4 upgrade effect has been added, while the previous level 4 effect is now part of the base version of this skill. You can check the exact changes in the game. So far they are not on the global server, but we have them on Pioneer, so let's check them out. And here we are back on the Pioneer server, and as always I have to mention that the Pioneer server is a test version of the game, so what you see right here might not enter the game in this exact form. So for example, if we now discuss the Shakir upgrade and the Shakir, well, upgrade, I don't know if it necessarily is that, this might enter the game after the release in a different form with different stats maybe. We can just take a look at what they have released right now to this Pioneer test version. So Shakir is already over here, and if you can take a look, he is at +15. So to compare these stats, we have a very similar effect really. We have the same effect. Main difference being that his +15 is different. It now says Shakir stays in war form, consumes no energy within 8 seconds each time after casting his ultimate. This was before that he can cast his ultimate after his energy exceeds 700. And this was 800 before. So now, basically, the version that we have on Pioneer got the +15 effect implemented into the base version of the Mythic Plus effect. So what that essentially means for all fights is you will permanently have the +15 version before. So all the teams, all the ways that worked with +15 before, that is basically now the case for Shakir all the time. He was always act like the +15 version. The +15 effect itself, I'll be honest, I mean, this is an effect that makes sense, that kind of fits the order. This is a pretty bad effect, honestly. We saw how little energy it really drains, and once he reaches his ult, really usually he stays there, and even if he consumes no energy for 1 extra second. So the +15 effect is not really worth it. If you go for +50 now, what you want to do is you want to get more stats. That is what you really want. You want to increase this attack value so that you have a bigger Lupin or a better Lupin aura. That is really what you're going for. But the change is that we no longer have this difference between the +10 and the +15 version, because there is no longer the difference between he casts his ult at 800 energy or at 700, because now it's always 700 unless you don't have him at Mythic Plus. But that is not an option, because we need this +10 effect. Each non-summoned ally within Lupin Aura can share the same bonus attack from Wolf's Will. So, and what I would like to show you this guy right now in Dream Realm, we can see the slight problem that we have Thalassa as boss in here, and Thalassa still isn't attackable with melee heroes, which Shakir sadly is. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go into campaign, we're just going to go into talent trials, and right now I'm still using Kulu in here. Great hero, by the way. I absolutely recommend you check out the video we made on her. And instead of Kulu, we're just going to put Shakir into here, and you're going to get an idea of how fast he ult. But if you have a Shakir on your global account at +15, that is the same. This is really the same. So Shakir basically permanent +15. That is what we have to take away from it now. starts also with a bit of initial energy, and you can see fairly quick ult there at plus 15, and yeah, works very well. And we have to see, we have to live with that. I guess the advantage is not really that he's better now, he's a little bit better. I guess casting his ult faster is an advantage in most game modes. But there is no longer this confusion. You no longer have to tell like a new beginner that you kind of consider it a mistake that he upgraded this Shakir to plus 15. You can kind of just say, okay, it's alright. You have him at plus 15, you have him at plus 10. As long as he is plus 10, it's really all the same. And they kind of made something that was not really understandable for most players. Like if you are a beginner, you don't understand why casting his ultimate faster could be a disadvantage in certain situations. And this kind of layer of complexity, layer of confusion has fallen away from the game now. And I think it's overall a good change, despite, I mean, it certainly ends some comps, it certainly ends some ways, because those plus 10 teams, they will no longer exist. It will all be the same Shakir really, and all be the same ult casting, the same energy at all points, so we no longer see the difference there. And overall, I think it's an advantage. You can tell me in the comments what you think about it. I think they did well with Shakir here. And other than that, I wish you a great day. If you want more info about the Pioneer server, we are going to do an Ingress review pretty soon. We're going to do some more stuff that I already found out. So leave a subscription if you're interested in that or in the new season itself. And with that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.